Good morning, No Finish Line Nation. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, everyone out there in the world of internet clicks and mouse drags and all that good stuff. It is another great Friday morning, and we are here to do some great things today. So I just wanted to reach out to all of you, first of all, for all the support that I got the other day when I posted the pictures on No Finish Line Nation, and then on the Connect or on Instagram page where I listed out and I showed the video equipment that I'm using for the vlogging for YouTube to kind of incorporate the podcast in with the video, use of the coffee talk. And it was really something special to see everybody's responses to it and all the great things that we saw with that. So thank you so much for the responses that I got on that and the heartwarming, just everybody excited for the different ventures that we're taking Coffee Talk, No Finish Line Nation, and everything in general. So thank you so much. So today on this Friday, one of the things that I posted this morning on Connect and on No Finish Line Nation and on Instagram, all three of those platforms, and it'll be going up on the blog this afternoon, was a picture of me flexing, right? And I'm going to post it on the YouTube. I'm going to splice it right into it so you'll see exactly what video I'm talking about here to be able to see what video that we were doing. But I posted it this morning, and basically it's a Flex Friday post, right? And so a lot of people will do Flex Fridays. They'll throw their guns up and they'll talk about, here's my Flex Friday, let's throw them up and just kind of get a good camaraderie and a good connection to other people when we're talking about the Flex Friday and just celebrating and, face-to-face Fridays or throwback Thursdays or, Transformation Tuesdays or whatever people really use to be able to gel and bring a good connection to each other and be able to do great things. So I wanted to dig in a little bit more on that Flex Friday, because the Flex Friday piece means more to me than a lot of them, because Flex Friday is embrace where you're at. Acceptance. We use the word acceptance all the time, and we say, what is it to accept somebody, or what is it to accept another person into maybe a group that you're working with or a group that you're a part of, right? And in the big grand scheme of things, socially, acceptance is being able to know that I'm going to accept you for who you are, imperfections, your positives, your negatives, all that good stuff, right? So we accept people for who they are. We try to do it and be holistic whenever we're looking at the outside, or those around us. When we don't do is we don't necessarily accept ourselves a lot of times. And so when we're over there working at things and we're looking at ourselves in the mirror and we're doing whatever it takes to be able to go in and make this journey happen, whether you're losing weight, whether you're trying to gain muscle, run laps, do whatever it is that you're trying to be able to do. And when you're doing all this stuff, it ends up being that we are our own worst critic. And we talk about it 1,000 times before. And when we are our own worst critic, it ends up beating us up and we end up doing things that can sabotage ourselves. So whether it's self-doubt, whether it's the way we talk to ourselves, whether it's any of those things that come into play, we don't accept ourselves for who we are. So I like the Flex Friday because the Flex Friday is more about, here I am in the space that I'm in right now, and I'm accepting the fact that I am who I am. This is the direction I need to move in. This is the direction I'm sitting in right now, and I love who I am right now. And self-love, we talk about all the time, is so important in this journey that we tend to forget to do. We tend to forget to be able to look back and just reflect on ourselves to say, hey, you know what? I'm pretty proud of where I'm at right now. And I'm pretty proud of the journey that I've been on so far. And it really doesn't matter if you're on day 1 or you're on day 4001, like I said in the post. It really just matters of where you're at right now and just taking a quick snapshot of how proud you can be of where you're at. If you're on there posting pictures on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, or you're on any kind of program that you're on or whatever, if you're on any of the things that you're working on to be able to better yourself in your health, why not be proud of that? Why not be proud that you are doing the things that are necessary for you to be healthy, to live a long life, and do all the things that are necessary for that? Think about that. It's a huge portion of everything that we're trying to be able to work on. If we can get to a place where we feel proud of ourselves and good about what we're doing, then I really feel like it'll be less of an impact when maybe we have a slide day, or maybe we're not feeling up to it as much on a certain day or whatever. And when we set ourselves up for success, we wake up each morning and we get up and we look in the mirror, whether we're happy with what we're seeing or we're not. The fact of the matter is that you should still embrace whatever it is. If you're feeling a little down on that day, embrace that. That's okay. It's all right to feel down on certain days. It's okay. You can't be perfect every day. And if you feel down about yourself that day, then what you need to do is take note of what you're feeling and where you're at that moment in time, and know that you can put some things, small things, even if there's small tweaks, small peaks that you can do to be able to bring yourself from the bad place that you're at to a good place and lift yourself up. Then you take notes on that too. One of the biggest things that I found in this journey so far is I take notes on a lot of different situations. And I don't just take notes on how to be able to be successful. I think I take even more notes on the days that I'm not feeling it, or I'm feeling kind of down in the dumps and I'm not embracing or accepting myself for who I am. And I have those days. That's the only reason why I'm sharing them with you guys, is because I have those days just like anybody else has those days. And even the most successful people, even premier athletes like Michael Jordan or Usain Bolt or whoever else, has off days and down days. And those days are going to happen. They're going to. You're going to have the days where you look at yourself going, man, I'm just not feeling it today. I'm not feeling like I can really accomplish everything that I'm really trying to do or trying to accomplish, and those kind of things. So those are even more important of days for you to be vigilant and dig in and embrace it and figure out to yourself, okay, so if I'm feeling this way, or I'm feeling kind of down on about whatever, whether it's my job, whether it's my health related stuff, or whatever it is, I'm feeling out of touch with things, and I'm not feeling up to par of where I want to be. And you can frame that up and know exactly that's where you're at. First of all, you got to take inventory for the day. See how you're feeling in the morning, right? When you wake up in the morning, you got to get up and figure out how I'm feeling, and then do I have to redirect or put on a different lens that I'm looking through? You get up in the morning, you figure it out. And some of you might not be able to shake that off, right? If you're feeling really, really down, a lot of stuff's going on in life, you might not be able to shake it off. So, you know what? Just, I get that. I get all of that. But give yourself at least a chance to make it better. Give yourself a chance to accept, okay, so I'm not having a good day. I got some stuff going on. I got work-related stuff. I got family drama. I got whatever, all those things. And so I'm going to set myself up for success, so that way I can look at myself and say, okay, here I am, and this is where I need to be. I need to change my frame of thought and know that, man, when I was at my heaviest, or when I was at my out of shape point, or when I was at my most dire place, there's no way in hell that I was ever looking at how I was feeling on that day. I just kept on going through the motions. I mean, all of you have probably been there, right? I mean, we've all been there. I've been there to the point where I've looked at it and gone, I'm just going to ignore what my inner voice is telling me, that I'm not doing the right things, because I felt guilt, because I felt a sense of defeat. All these different feelings are natural, and I've been there, and I know all of you have too, at one point or another. And so I would just ignore them. I would ski right through, on the slope, and just go right through all those warning signs that I was having, that I wasn't feeling up to par, or I was almost like I wanted to convince myself that I wanted to change the path that I was taking. But the problem is that I never listened. I didn't listen. I didn't take inventory. I didn't listen to the keys and the little phrases and the little things that were going on in my head telling me I need to make a change, or telling me you should be proud of where you're at. Because even in your most dire state, the place that you're at that you don't want to be, whether it's unhealthy, whether it's weight related, whether it's whatever it is, even if you're at the lowest point that you've ever been before, there's still something to be proud of. There's still something. You can still dig in for something that you can look at to say, even if I'm not that proud of myself, I'm proud of being a good dad, or being a good mom, or doing things for others, or whatever it is. You got to be able to dig in to be able to find that moment, to be able to give yourself the ability to accept who you are and have fun with it. And know that if you're going to accept who you are and live in that moment, then celebrating that. Put a smile on your face rather than putting a frown on your face. Because I know for me personally, if I live in the space of negativity and I live in the space of I can't do something, or I live in the space that I'm not feeling good about something, it really tends to affect everything in my life. Everything. So if I wake up in the morning and say I'm not feeling good, I don't look good in the mirror, I'm really ashamed of who I look like or where I'm at or anything like that, which I really shouldn't be, but I am. And here I am, and I'm parked in that space, and I don't fix it and I don't turn it around to take inventory of the things that I am proud of, then what happens? I go to work, I'm in a bad mood. I might have a conversation with somebody that might kind of tick me off a little bit, and now I'm really upset with them and they're upset with me, and then next thing you know, it just keeps on like rolling down an avalanche, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it just gets to a point where you're looking at it going, man, I just don't know how I'm going to be able to stop this avalanche from rolling, and then it's just a bad situation. So think about that, okay? So think about taking inventory of where you're at first thing in the morning. When you first wake up, take a look at where you're at, how you're feeling, what your day is going to consist of, if you can really get yourself in the right frame of mind. And if you're in a bad place, here's some advice, because it works for me. If you're in a bad place, what I need you to do, what works for me, now remember, this is just my story. What works for me is I'll look at myself in the mirror, or I have next to the mirrors, I'll have my whys listed. I have the reasons why I'm trying to make myself better. So if it's my family, my son Gavin, my wife Crystal, or whatever, my family wise, so that way I can be around for long-term efforts for them, then great, there's some of my whys. And there are my whys right sitting next to me, to know that on those days that I'm not really feeling it, or I'm feeling kind of down, just know that everything that I'm doing is based on being better for them. Those are my whys, or some of my whys, right? Maybe it's just the fact that I want to be able to walk to somewhere a mile and not have my knees hurt, or maybe, and remember, this is all previous experience that I've had. So maybe it's just that I don't want to be winded walking up the stairs, or going out to the mailbox and not have to feel like, oh my God, I just walked to the mailbox and I feel like I'm basically ran a marathon. Whatever it is that you're struggling with, and whatever it is that you want to be able to achieve and be able to do, small goals, big goals, whatever it is, no matter where you're at, remember what those are. Because in the times when you are not feeling it, you can look in and dig in to say, well, you know what I am doing though? I am making a difference. I am starting to move the right direction towards getting to those goals of what I want to be able to hit. So the advice that I have for you is, if you don't have your whys front and present, and you don't have them right there for you to see all the time, then you should. Take inventory, write it down, put a picture of it, do whatever it takes for you to be able to have it there, make them relevant, and make them front of mind at all times. Now, I know we talk about that all the time, right? You should always keep your whys close and that kind of stuff. But this is more of a specific behavioral thing. If you are struggling, use your whys to lift you up. Use your whys to be proud of who you are and where you're going. Use them. They're there for a reason. You know, we want to achieve our goals in life. A lot of times what happens is we write down the goals that we want to achieve, or the things that we're doing it for, and then we forget about them because life happens, and we just go through the whole, I'm just going through the motions, blah, blah, all that stuff. You can be great if you just set your mind and your heart to it, and you keep on focusing, and you achieve small goals, and you keep on digging. Matters. Makes a difference. All of it. So, here's the advice for today, right? It's a shorter podcast / vlog. Is take inventory of how you're feeling in the morning. Take inventory first thing when you get up and you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you're getting ready for work, you're getting ready for daycare, you're getting ready to take care of family, or whatever it is that you do every day. As you're getting ready, take inventory of where you're at. How am I feeling, and am I going to set myself up for success today? If I'm not feeling up to it, I need to use my whys to bring me back around to know that I should be proud of where I'm at so far, and I've got work to do, but that's okay. I need to make sure that I know that I'm working hard getting there, and I need to be proud of what I've accomplished. Reframe your brain and change your lens. The lens that you're looking through. Are you looking through a deficiency lens, or are you looking through a positive lens? Okay, a dynamic lens. Are you looking through something that you can put put a positive spin on stuff. Because listen, I'm not a positive Patty whatsoever. I'm not one of those kind of people that just goes, everything's kumbaya in the world. But what I am is I'm a positive realist. And I believe that we can be, not the negative Nancy side of it, but we can be realist about things and know that, oh, it's not that easy. Because none of this is easy. If it was easy, all of us would have already done it by now. So basically, what we're doing is we're taking the hard road of getting to where we want to get to. But you got to give yourself small checkpoints along the way for you to be successful. Small ones. Just things that you can gauge, you can measure, to be able to say, I'm proud of who I am and what I've done so far. I'm excited to be able to keep on moving forward to achieve my goals. And if you're at that long plateau for like months and months and months, plateau forever, it's okay, because guess what? Plateau means you're not gaining. Plateau means you're not losing, like as in losing the effort, right? Plateau just means you have found a happy medium right now that you're still working hard, but it just kind of like feels like it's flatlined, right? But what you are doing is you are setting yourself for success whenever you do hit that target of wherever you want to go to, whether it's weight related, building muscle related, running related, swimming related, whatever it is. Once you get to the point where you want to be, now you know what it takes to continue to maintain that for the rest of your life. So live in the space of you're just training yourself. That's all you're doing. I've plateaued for a long, long time. And I talked a couple podcasts ago about needing to make changes to be able to get to where I've got to get to. I'm getting there. I'm making specific changes in my journey to make sure that I can continue to go down the path of trying to lose, but that's okay because I'm also very proud of where I've been so far. That's what the Flex Friday was all about. The Flex Friday was all about putting those biceps up, sharing where you're at right now, even if you have sagging arms, even if you've got big, huge biceps, even if you got just regular pencil arms, it's okay. Embrace who you are, love who you are, and just know that you're a rock star for where you're at. It's a pretty big deal. And I know it's really difficult for some. I've already gotten some comments of, this is one of the most difficult things. I'm having a hard time with this. And I get that. Nobody said it was going to be easy. Nobody. But these are the things you should really put some work into, the brain side of all this journey. Focus on that aspect of it. Set yourself up for success. And let's go out and let's kick some tail today. Have a great day.